Joining us now, California Democratic Representative Khanna. Congressman, good to see you this morning. You just heard from Senator Sinema there. She doesn't really fit in a party box. That is something I think a number of Americans could relate to. She didn't offer real specifics on why she doesn't feel she fits in that box anymore, but said that this move, in her view, really won't change much. Do you agree?
Erica, I'm not surprised that she's doing this. First of all, I don't think it'll change much. She's still going to caucus with Democrats. She's still going to be on the committees. We still will have effectively a majority. But the big disagreement that she had was she wanted to defend private equity. Even Senator Manchin said you can't have the carried interest loophole where private equity hedge fund managers are paying less tax than teachers and firefighters. She went to the mat to defend that. And she knows she would lose overwhelmingly a Democratic primary in 2024. So it doesn't surprise me that she's seen that writing on the wall.
So to that point, do you believe this is not a move about political philosophy? Do you see this really as a power play to hold on to her seat?
Well, I don't know her motives, but I will just tell you that she had no chance to win a Democratic primary. I mean, you can look at the polling. And so if she wants to run for re-election, her best shot would be as an independent. And the real break that she had, people understood the negotiation. I mean, I have a lot of respect, even though I disagree with Senator Manchin. You have different viewpoints. Where she really upset the party was in defending Wall Street hedge fund managers in getting these special tax breaks. And that's where she had the biggest rift with the party.
Before we move on to one other topic, just real quickly to press you on that, Ruben Gallego just putting out a statement saying, in his view, she's putting her own interests ahead of getting things done for Arizona. What do you think this does to that seat in 2024?
Well, Ruben, a Marine, would be a very strong candidate. He's on the Armed Services Committee with me. I hope he runs, and I will support a strong Democrat who shares my views in that state.
You are about to be in the minority come January, but you've said you'll vote for a unity candidate for speaker, rather. Who in your mind fits that bill?
Well, I don't know names, but what I said is if the Republicans put someone forward who says we're more interested in legislating than just launching senseless investigations against the Biden administration, and that we're interested in bringing manufacturing back, then I would be open, as would others, to looking at voting for that. And there are a number of names floating around. I don't want to speculate on that, but the
we'd like you to speculate on that.
Well, it's not for me it's for the Republicans to put forth names, but there are Democrats who've said that we'd be open to someone who is committed to having the House govern, legislate, solve problems, and not just do investigations.
Don Bacon of Nebraska had said he would vote with Dems to find out what he calls an agreeable Republican in the event that there is a floor fight blocking Kevin McCarthy. Have you spoken with him?
I haven't spoken with Don. I've worked with Don Bacon, but I have spoken with other Republicans about this. And look, it's a possibility. It's a time where people really want to come together, get things done. And there are conversations going on between Democrats and Republicans.
Okay, well, anytime you want to fill us in on more of those conversations, we are ready and we will be listening. I do want to get quickly on Twitter, not the laptop story. I know you've been talking about that extensively, and you spoke with my colleague Aaron Burnett about it as well. But what this has brought up, even the Twitter thread, is a question about where the line is when it comes to hate speech and free speech. So I just want to put up some of what we've seen over the last few weeks. The use of the N-word since Elon Musk took over, triple the 2022 average. Slurs against gay men up 58%. Slurs against trans persons up 62%, according to the Center for Countering Digital Hate. What do you see? I know you are, and we saw this in your Wall Street Journal op-ed this week. You believe in free speech. People need to have a place to talk. You believe in Twitter being there. How do you, though, deal with this content?
Okay, it's an excellent question. I think there are two aspects of free speech. One is allowing people to express different viewpoints. I don't think we should be censoring people based on their viewpoints, but I also think it means treating people with respect. You can't have free speech if you're not treating the person you're talking to with respect. And I don't think anti-Semitism, racism and vicious attacks on people's identity belong on the sites. I do think having a difference of opinion or criticizing a member of Congress or president, that belongs on the site, and that's the balance. Now, I saw those statistics. I saw Elon Musk said, no, the statistics are different. We need to figure out over the next couple of months what those statistics are, have transparency, but absolutely there's no room on these platforms for that kind of hate.
No room for that hate, but it is there, and it is growing, as we know, and people feel empowered. Do you see that there is a way to control it?
I do. I think we need to get rid of bots. I think we need to figure out the facts of how much of this hate is actually there and whether, Musk claims that is saying that he wants to end the amplification of hate. So I think he's put out some statistics. The senators put out other statistics. I think what I think Congress should do is legislate to have transparency so that there's disclosure requirements on hate groups, on the amount of people there with this kind of hate. And I don't think that hate has any place on these platforms. But I think that we should be for free speech and openness of viewpoints, and that's very different than hate speech.
Representative Khanna, I appreciate your time this morning. Thank you.
Thank you.